Hopefully this is good. All right. This is a dummies guide for Clive. We got Clive right here. Actually, I do have a custom already. Got a custom outfit for him. So we'll do that. And we're just going to show off all of the really beginner tools that you should just... I feel like in the comments already, there's, oh, that's not optimal. None of this is supposed to be optimal or, how do you say? None of this is supposed to be particularly super high level stuff, but I'm going to give you tools that I think will be effective at very low ranks. Because a lot of people are teaching for like really high level, they're giving a lot of like, I don't even know how to explain it, but the title should be pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to give you very basic and very punishable techniques, but at a low level, this is the best way to have fun with this character. So for instance, Tekken is all about mixing up your highs, your mids, or special lows. What's a good mid? Yeah, down back 2, or down forward 2, 2, right? This is 1, if you look at the virtual display, 1 button, 2, this is 3, 4. 1 plus 2, these 2 buttons, and this is 3 plus 4. Your arms, right? When I do 1 plus 2, he uses both of his arms, and it's a mid. Also, another really, really good tool is his 1 plus 2, the heat engaging, safe on block. So that means that even though they block this, they can try to do their fastest, you know, Kazuya would do 1, 1, 2, and you can't punish it because it's safe. It's only -9, it's not -10. Anyways, the most basic stuff. Down forward 3, 1. This is your tracking hell sweep, which is extremely punishable. This is really good because a lot of people at low ranks aren't blocking. I'm trying to talk to someone as if they're like my friend Gurk or Gramps, you know, their alias. I don't want to drop their real name, but they've been in chat before. If they ever pick up Tekken, I would tell them to do down forward 3, right? That's when you, not forward and not down. A combination of forward on the stick and down on the stick is down forward. And then vice versa for down back, right? Not down, not just holding back, it's down back together. You know, up and back is up back, up and forward, up forward, right? So the diagonals. He has a lot of diagonal stuff too. So basically, you need a low and a mid. So the most basic thing I would teach my friends would be to do down forward 3, 1, or if you have a girlfriend and they want to pick up a character, they're going to pick up Clive and they're going to have a great time. Because a lot of their stuff is easy to do. It's not a lot of technical stuff. Not yet that I've found. But, oh, my cats are doing something. But yeah, so this is your low. And when they start blocking this, right? If you do this into this and they block it, it's -26. You're going to die. You're going to lose a good chunk of your life. So if they start getting aware that you are doing this really badass low that does a decent amount of damage, you're going to want to either do forward 1 plus 2, which is also a heat engager. Any move that transitions into your character's heat, that bar that's moving at the top right here, is really, really, really good. Because moves like this, forward 1 plus 2, right? It's -8. So, general rule of thumb, anything that's -10 or above is punishable. If anything is -9 or, you know, or less than that, -8, it's not really punishable, but it's not necessarily your turn. So, the fact that this is minus on block, but it's not punishable is really good already. But because it's a heat engager, you can do stuff like this. This move that was -7 on block is now +5 if you cancel into heat. But that's getting a little complex, but that's a general thing to know when playing this game. So again, down forward 3, 1. Practice that a lot. Again, talking to as if you had a girlfriend that's just picking up Tekken or a friend. This is your mid, and then your low. And then if you run at them and they start blocking, like I said, you're gonna do 1 plus 2, which is a safe heat engaging mid, or forward 1+2. All of them are safe, all of them are good, and all of them can be heat dashed and made plus, which makes it your turn. So that's basically the only 3 moves you really need to know to play this character. Obviously, general Tekken rules, you want to jab, because jab is +1 on block, and then maybe do a forward 1+2, or jab and then do a down forward 3-1, down forward 3-1, right? And that is like the most basic form of Clive. You can really pick up Clive, run at someone, and just run your mix by going +1 on block or +8 on hit, jab, into down forward 3-1, or 1+2. That's safe, right? You generally want to, when you're mixing, you want to make them duck. And you do that by doing down forward 3-1. They're like, dang, I gotta block that. That's a low. Because they're going to be holding back. In general, fighting game players all want to hold back. Unless you're playing like Mortal Kombat or some different type of game where you have to hold a button to block, which I don't like. But most people are just going to be holding back. You're going to want them to duck with down forward 3-1. And then do the 1+2 once they start ducking, which will hit. So it's all about conditioning. So again, 1+2 is your, and forward 1+2 are your, both your mids that you're going to use, both safe, and then your down forward 3-1 is your mix. And you can just play them like that. Punishment stuff, if you ever see a move come out and it looks like, oh man, they had a lot, it's like, it looks like it's my turn here, what's the fastest option I can do? You're either going to do 1-2, which is good because it builds this meter up here, this pink meter, which you can, once it gets to level 5, it does ridiculous damage, which actually I'll show. 1-2, 2. You can also do like forward 4, which is a dash, into 3, 1+2, which also gets you, and that's another thing. If you want to really get into Clive, you're going to have to start Phoenix shifting, and that's what forward 4 is, right? This is the 4 button you can see in the virtual display, and I push forward at the same time. He has other stuff like 1-1, and you can hold forward and he'll dash out of it, or 4-4, hold forward, he'll dash out of it, and those are generally good. And I like that it's the same button, right? 1-1, hold forward, you're gonna dash. 4-4, a mid-high, which technically they could duck that second hit, if not on hit, on block, and they can launch you for it. But yeah, Phoenix Shift has a bunch of options. You can basically end the video now. I'm gonna ramble until I feel like I have given enough tools to someone that I would want to give tools to. Oh gosh. Hey, wait. Making a video, love you. How's the walk? Good. Thank you for walking. Okay. 1+2, forward 1+2, and down forward 3-1. That's basically all you need. And then to really add some more flavor to the character, if you're not satisfied with just that, you can do Phoenix Shift stuff. Like let's say you do a down forward 3-1, and then you Phoenix Shift into different options, right? Might need a dash a little bit. Also, Phoenix Shift 1+2 is really good because it's also safe. It's only -7 and it's a heat engager, so that means I can make it plus. Anything that's a heat engager, you can make it plus on block. So for anytime you're doing forward 4 or anytime you're transitioning into Phoenix Shift, I highly recommend doing the 1+2 option. Or doing the 3 1+2 option, which is a little bit less damage than the this option right here. This one does a little more damage, and a wall carries, and a wall breaks, which is really good. And you're asking probably, why would you want to do the one that does less damage? And that's because if you have similar moves and they look like they do the same thing, and one does less damage, there's usually a benefit that you don't understand that's giving you. And the benefit of Phoenix Dash or forward 4, 3 1+2, oops, is building the meter up here, which is important because you can do this. Let's get it to level 5. Oh, and that's another thing. If you do Phoenix Shift 3 and they block it, it's launch punishable. Be careful. And then you would mix up with, if you keep Phoenix shifting and doing the low, like forward 4 into low mix, and they start blocking that, then you're going to do forward 4 into 1+2. This mid with heat engages, and then you can cancel out of it. What? Like that. So, where was I? Yeah, Phoenix shifting into either the low. Oh, I keep resetting. You know what? I can just... well, I could set it, but I kind of get used to the inputs. Anytime you use the sword, the red sword, whenever it goes, like if you do 1-2 and he does it, it builds it up. He's really fun to play. I like him a lot. Very like beginner friendly, but also has depth to him with his stances and different options. Oh, he has this too, which auto parries lows. 3+4. He has projectiles that goes into that's a combo ender. Anyways, he's a really cool character. I like him a lot. Alright, now we're at 5 and we can do something like let's do down forward 2, which automatically launches them, and then we'll bound with number 2. Let me see. And then that's the meter right there. So there's a lot of damage, decent amount of damage, and it removes all gray life. So that's what that meter does, this little number thing. Once you get to a high enough level, he can do really cool stuff. Another really good low is down 1. So again, if you're taking notes, which probably you're not, but I would take note of down, what was the first 3? I would take note of down forward 3-1 as your hell sweep, your low mix. 1+2 as your mid mix, and forward 1+2. We got those down, and then down 1. And when you're down 1ing, you're in crouch. You're basically like this in this crouch state when you're like that. And when you're doing down 1, then you can hold down and then roll to down forward, like you see on my stick. Roll to down forward and do 2. And this is a freaking ridiculously long range low that, like, in general, I've also his generic down 2, he doesn't have a down 1. He does if you're in full crouch, but if I'm playing King and I do down 1, he does down 1, but when I do it with Clive, he does down 1, which is a low. It's supposed to look like this. So dick jab is what it's called, and it's very important in this game. Any character you play has a dick jab, and they're all very useful. So dick jabbing with him, it's 11 frames. It's 1 frame slower than most other characters, and he has a down 4. A lot of people don't understand that this can carry you so far, and even in the middle of matches when I'm getting overwhelmed, I recently have been developing a habit of doing stuff like down 2 or other generic characters down 1, and then doing a down 4. These are all legacy Tekken moves, and they're so good because they're so fast, and they take care of, like, if they're trying to power crush, like armor, this will break it. This is a lot of the time when people are mixing you up and there's a lot of happening on screen. It's like, whoa, this guy's just it's always his turn. A lot of people will mash the wrong stuff. If you are in a situation where you feel like it's not your turn and they're not letting you play, the only thing that you should be thinking about doing, unless you're a super expert character and you don't need help from me, then you already know, but the most basic thing you need to default in your brain to do is down 1ing or down 2ing for this guy, dick jabbing with any character, not just Clive, and generic down 4, right? These are your defaults that you need to, like, imprint in your brain. Now, people are going to say, oh, that's a bad habit, and, like, at a higher level, yes, you could low parry a special low. These dick jabs are low parryable, and they can be low parried, which is, at a very high level. But I'm not talking about high level. I'm talking about a friend sitting next to me or a loved one that just needs to pick up Clive and just be as annoying as they can be. So I would teach them dick jab, whenever they're really, really scared and they don't know if it's their turn. Down 4, down 1, down forward 3, 1. Oops. Forward 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2, and back 1 plus 2. And it's also a mid. So this is your armor move. Which wall splats? That's crazy. What? That was wall splats. So I can do like. Let me set the. I got that level 5 meters to show off what he can really do. Does 1 plus 2 wall splat? That's crazy. This character is crazy. What about 1 plus 2? 1 plus 2 doesn't wall splat. If this wall splatted, it would be a little too much. But forward 1 plus 2 wall splats, and then you do like. Oh, what? This should be like half-life almost. But that's also with a full gauge, right? So now for combos, I'm not going to teach that. These are like the bare necessity tools to play Clive, I think. There's a ton more. Hopefully people can enlighten me with more basic tools. But hopefully you got those down. I'm going to do it one more time. 4, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2. Down for 3, 1. This low right here is really good. Even though it's these are punishable, right? It's going to be punishable. Minus 26. You're dead if they block it. But that's what I think. And you got a power crush. You got 2 different lows. Down 1, and then the full crouch. Actually, 4 lows, and then full crouch down forward 2. Like that. Which I think is really good. Look at the damage and the range. I think this is ridiculous. I've already mentioned it, but down 1, wall rising 4 is really good. And then the last and final thing that again, if I'm saying too much, if I'm giving too many tools, just stick with the first 3 tools I gave at the beginning of the video, the low and the 2 mids. That's all you really need. But if, again, more tools in the toolbox help, the final tool I'll do for this video is wall running 2. And wall running 2 is a plus mid. You have to like tap forward 3 times really fast, and then on the 3rd time, like 1, 2, 3, and you're running, you can kind of see him do it as he's running, and then the moment you hit the 3rd forward, 1, 2, 3, you're hitting 2 at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Oh, like that. And then if you hold forward again, you're in Phoenix Shift, which is really cool. And you can run your mix up. So this is a good wall splats. Oh my god. Let me show on block because it's really good. Oh, you're plus 14 if you heat dash, which is even more. If you don't, you're just plus 2. And you can do like down 1 or what's a better? If you're plus 2 there, I would do 1 plus 2. Something like that. Because if you're plus 2 after this and they're blocking it, right? They're blocking and you have 2 frames of advantage. Your next move is gonna be faster by 2 frames, right? So I'm plus 2 here. And if I do 1 plus 2 and we look at them, and we do actually a throw would be good there too because it would be 10 frames. But this is, as you can see, has a 13. It's minus 9 on block. That's what the red number means. And the 13 means how fast the attack startup. So this is 13 frames. But if it comes out 2 frames faster, if I do wall running 2, and I'm 2 frames faster, that means it's going to be 11 frames and it's going to beat out a lot of stuff. So that's where I'm going to stop it. Learn your Phoenix options, Phoenix shift options. Use down forward 3, 1, and use 1 plus 2 and forward 1 plus 2. That's basically it. And your power crush, your back 1 plus 2. A lot of 1 plus 2 stuff is really good with him. Sidestep 1 plus 2 is plus 2 on block. You can do another 1 plus 2 mix up. You can also do 1 plus 2 from wall rising. So if you do like a down 1, and then you can do 1 plus 2. So that's really good. Yeah, that's the basics. Hopefully that was a good Clive for Dummies guide. God bless.